Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is Never Forget Hungry When You Are Full. At the end of Shang Dynasty, there was a Zhou tribe in the west. King Wen, named Ji Chang, was the head of the tribe. He was famous for his virtue and kindness. He taught people to be honest, kind, and respect God. Therefore, under his governance, people lived and worked a peaceful life, and the economy also developed rapidly. Gradually, some other tribes also respected him and joined him. When King Zhou heard about this, he suspected that the King Wen was deliberately showing off his virtue to make the people admire him. He was also constantly gathering manpower and material resources, and he must be secretly plotting rebellion. Thus, King Zhou immediately issued an order to arrest King Wen and put him in prison. After King Wen was imprisoned, he was very calm and had no complaints at all. King Zhou couldn't see any sign that he had rebellious intentions. At the same time, the people of Zhou tribe were very worried that their head would be killed. So they presented many beautiful girls, precious horses, and pearls to King Zhou to show that the Zhou tribe was truly loyal to the Shang dynasty. Upon seeing the beauties, King Zhou was very happy and immediately set King Wen free. While in prison, King Wen saw the debauchery and stupidity of King Zhou. So after returning home, he made up his mind to destroy the Shang dynasty. So he began to travel around the country, looking for virtuous people to help him. Once, on his way out, King Wen passed the village and felt very hungry and thirsty, and sat under a tree to rest. Then he saw a woman carrying a pot of batter-barley mixed with milk and eggs passing by. King Wen quickly asked her, "Sister, where are you going?" The woman told him, "My husband is working in the field, and now it's lunchtime. I'm going to deliver him lunch and water." King Wen was both hungry and thirsty. He could even hear his stomach growling, and his mouth salivated. He asked the woman to share some of her food, and when she offered him some, he took it and quickly finished. He was immediately refreshed. While he was savoring the sweet taste in his mouth, he thought to himself, "How is it that this meal was more delicious than my palace fare?" He thanked the woman and asked, "Sister, what kind of food is this? It tastes delicious." The woman told him, "It's March. I ran out of last year's grain, and this year's grain isn't mature yet. So I used the grain we keep for emergencies." King Wen quickly nodded his head and said that the batter was really wonderful. Her husband, working in the fields, noticed that it was late in the afternoon, but his wife had not yet delivered him food. So he decided to go home to eat. On his way home, from a distance, he saw his wife talking to someone, and then she took back the pot from the person's hands and went home. King Wen watched her husband pass by, and then when he caught up to his wife to speak with her, he became angry and pushed her. King Wen said, "This man must think his wife was having an affair." King Wen saw this and wanted to say something, but he did not know what to say. After a short while, the husband returned to his farm work, and his wife cooked another meal for him. King Wen apologized to the woman and said, "It was my fault. I should not have eaten your husband's lunch because it resulted in your being pushed." The woman said, "Please do not worry. My husband is actually quite generous. He believed me for not being more polite and inviting to eat at our home." King Wen thought, "I'm on a special trip looking for sages with high morality. With this husband and wife before me, are they not the people I'm looking for?" King Wen took off his death belt and gave it to the woman, said, "Sister, when you have any difficulties in the future, take this belt to the capital to see the king, and he will help you." Then he left. After King Wen returned to the capital, he thought of the sweet barley batter, and then he asked his chef to cook for him. When the barley batter was presented, he tasted a few mouthfuls and felt it was bitter, stranded, and rather tasteless. It was far worse than the countrywoman's food. 3 years passed, and the woman's hometown experienced a disastrous flood. She and her husband couldn't live there anymore. Then they remembered the jade belt given by King Wen. So the couple took the belt to the capital. When they arrived in the capital, King Wen met them and ran for them to stay in the palace. He even referred to them as sages in front of all the palace officials. One day, King Wen again thought of barley batter. He asked a woman to cook for him. The woman took it to King Wen after she finished, and King Wen only tasted a few mouthfuls, and I felt it didn't taste good. He asked the woman for the reason, and she told him, "When you are hungry, even the brine tastes sweet. If you are full, even the meat you won't want to eat." King Wen was very happy and said, "You taught me a very important lesson. Never forget those who are hungry when you are full, and never forget the time when you were poor when you are wealthy." King Wen not only listened to this couple's sincere advice, he also searched far and wide across the country for sages and gave them important positions in the palace. King Wen's virtues were passed from generation to generations, which helped Zhou dynasty last 800 years. It is also the longest-lasting dynasty in Chinese history. Reading this story, it made me think of people in power in the world today. I really hope that they can care about the people of their own country, like King Wen of Zhou, and think about those who can't even get enough food to eat. We need to work together to return to an era of noble human morality, where everyone is pure and kind, and every family lives and works happily and peacefully. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.